So hello everybody again. I'm glad to be here now. So in the previous video, I've explained what is the HTML, CSS, and HTML, CSS, and JavaScript that are like fundamentals for the beginner front-end developers. So now we will now quickly start coding at HTML. So firstly, initially, like before start coding in HTML, we need like code editor. Like I two like very popular code editors. They are Sublime Text and the Visual Studio Code. These two code editors are really popular now, but I personally like recommend the Visual Studio Code because it has more like opportunities and it's more comfortable for coding now. So I personally recommend the Visual Studio Code. So now then we will like download it from here. So when you can download it for Mac, Linux, and for Windows if you have Mac, press this button. But I am now using the Windows, so I will press this button. So and here it starts downloading, but now I'll pause this because I already have the Visual Studio Code. So then after downloading Visual Studio Code, we will open the Visual Studio Code. So yeah, we've opened the app, and when you just enter the application, you can see this preview, that this is the beginning, like starting preview of the Visual Studio Code, but we really don't need this window. So we will close this, and then second, we need to open a new file in our desktop. So let's name it like Visual Studio Code. So, and then after opening a new file in our desktop, we need to drag this file to our application, the Visual Studio Code. After dropping the file, you can now see this that we done in this window, and then at the left side of a tools are here now. So you can open a new file, new folder here, but so this is new file, this is new folder. So let's open a new file, like HTML file, like index.html. So like this .html is really necessary where while you are opening a new like HTML file and want to like write a HTML file, but instead of this index you can put anything, for example like tutorial or HTML, it doesn't matter, but I personally recommend to put index.html, because while you are hosting your website to a browser firstly looks for the index.html file. If you don't have it, you cannot host your like a website to the browser. So I personally recommend to put index.html. So just we have just opened a new file in our Visual Studio Code editor. So now let's quickly start like coding now. Like this is HTML. In every HTML structure there should be two like HTML tag. There's HTML tag. Inside this HTML tag we can write our HTML codes. So in the HTML structure there will be the head of it, and after the head there will be the body as a human. Like in humans there will be the head and like the body. So like inside the head tags we can put some links, for example link to like style like CSS, as I mentioned in our previous video. Like CSS makes like helps us to style our website, so I named the style with CSS. But we will talk about the CSS in the next videos hopefully. And you can put a title for your website. For example, title is HTML, for example, like title for HTML. So, and then inside the everything you wrote inside the body text will be like visible in a website. For example, there is a hash1 tag. Like everything you write inside a hash1 tag will be present in a website. Like will be visible in the like huge shrift in a huge letters. For example, hello, like world, hello world, and this like anything like this hello world inside a hash1 tag will be present on a website. So at the bottom to the right side there is a go live button. Click to run a live server. We'll click to run our code. So then we'll click, and yeah, so this is hello world. We wrote it inside a hash1 tag. As I mentioned before, everything you wrote inside a hash1 tag will be present here, like will visible in our front of the website. So we wrote here the title of the website, and title of the website will be visible here. This is the title of our website. Like, title is HTML. So then, but you don't need to write like HTML inside HTML head and then body. Like there is a pre-made structure for a website to just make your like coding more easier. For example, like you can just press the shift and then one. Yeah, shift and one and then enter. Yeah, there is a pre-made structure of the HTML code in our HTML. So there is HTML code. As I mentioned before, they are like anything. If you want to write anything in HTML, you need this HTML tags. So HTML like language English, it doesn't matter for us. So these three are meta tags, but right now we don't need to understand what the real meta tags are. So, but we will look through these meta tags in our next near videos. We will explain it, of course. So, and then titles like documents. So let's name it like HTML. So then there is a body. The body part, as I mentioned before, anything you wrote inside a body part will be visible in the front of the website. So there's hash1 and hello, hello. Then so let's before like coding in HTML, let's make our Visual Studio Code, like our code editor, more comfortable for us. Like at the left side, there is like certain like five icons. Uh, these two are for GitHub. I'll explain these two icons in the next videos. They are for while we are learning what the real GitHub is. So then, there in this button there will be in this section there will be files in HTML file, JavaScript file, for example, anything. And then there is a searching section. It searches for anything you wrote inside in your like in this section. Like there can be anything, and it searches for anything. For example, we want to search for the title. Like we want to know what the title is. Then there's a title. Title is HTML. Then so, and then these two are for GitHub, and then there is some extensions that make our coding more easier. Then I've prepared some 9 more useful extensions while we are coding, but not all of these 9 extensions will and while we're coding in HTML and CSS. For example, this JavaScript ES6 and Code Runner, we will need these 2 extensions while we are coding on JavaScript, but it's okay if you download them now, but others we will need in while coding in HTML and CSS. So first of them is autocomplete. So as you can know from the name, of course, the autocomplete makes like if helps us to complete our websites more easy. Like we don't need to write it. We don't need to write a second pair. Like in our tag, there is a second pair of it. For example, in the head, there's a second pair of the head tag. Body, there's a second pair of the body. HTML, in HTML, same. Like you don't need to write a second pair. It will automatically write a second pair of the like tags. But the in every extension at the bottom there is like video and there is some descriptions that broadly explain what is really like extension helps us like what are the benefits of the like these extensions. You can of course like see this video, watch this video, or read these like descriptions for the extension. So second is auto class tag, but if but from the name, of course, you can know what these tags can help or can do for us. This auto class tag, so auto class tag, and then auto complete tag. Yeah, auto complete tag. Yeah, this is the next extension pack. This is the like uh it contains the auto close tag and then auto rename tag. Like we will explain what is the auto rename tag. Auto rename tag. Yeah. There is a video for it. Like when you just uh, rename the first part, pair of the tag, the second pair will automatically renamed. So then, like as I said, you can watch these videos or read the description, and they are really easy. Yeah, this is the beautiful extension, personally for me, because it helps your like it makes our codes like more colorful from there, or just right color. There's more colorful code, and it helps us. It like makes easier to recognize easily our codes. And then code runner, as I mentioned before, it will be helpful while running of a C++, JavaScript, Python, or the Java like codes. And then JavaScript ES6, but as I mentioned before, we will need this extension while we're coding on like JavaScript. But it's okay if you download the now and live server. Yeah, live server is really necessary. Please download this extension. It creates it creates this go live button here, like at the bottom. So then there is a Visual Studio Code icons, but you really don't need this. But it's okay if you download them. It creates more this kind of icons, this kind of beautiful icons for the Visual Studio Code. For example, there is for uh, CSS and for the JavaScript or for Python. Yeah, there is these extensions are these 9 extensions. Please download them now. So after you download these extensions, uh, you can really start coding on HTML. So then I think that's it for this first video. In the next video, we'll learn HTML more broadly. So thank you for your attention. Goodbye.